Hello, hello, this is JilliBling. I have another project with Latte Love, and I love me a latte, always, like every day. Okay, maybe twice a day. Yeah, so it's a bundle. It is an online exclusive, and you could get it beginning March 5th, so it's there. And I have a feeling it's going to sell out, so if you want it, get it quick. So I made a few cards the other day, and I have a different layout for today. Today I'll be using Latte Love bundle and decal rectangles just for this shape right here. And here's one that I did just a few days ago. So there's a video. The previous video is this one right here. A gatefold, just a little bit different, but really cute. So today's project is another fun fold. And the colors I used are Petal Pink, Crumb Cake, and Granite. Granite is just for a little ring around here. And I did that Crumb Cake, Stamp Off, Pecan Pie, Stamp Off. So, and look how there is the coffee, what do you call that? Coffee craft. And it's pouring the coffee from this little spout, which I know is probably hard to see. And there's a little piece, a little die for the coffee cup, like just for the coffee, just so it's good and dark. There is a stamp for that. I used it on one of these. Okay, so this is one sample. And I think today maybe do something a little bit similar. Oh, and look how this one sits. Okay, so it sits on the side. And it's nice because of the fancy fold, it stands up just fine. So there's this. And then the back is coffee beans, splatters, coffee rings. And this one, my little note says I used Lagoon, Peacock, and Crumb. Lagoon, Peacock, and then Crumb just for the inside. And this one has a French press. So I have a little story about a French press, but I'll tell you maybe when I'm coloring. Okay, so this one, going and getting all bright. So this one, it has Crumb Cake liner, and this one I use Starry Sky liner. And isn't that just nice? You could put that on the coffee cups on the inside on each of these. Well, there, I did it on those. And if you want, you could stamp right over it. But it's just really pretty. To me, it kind of looks like a medallion, like a stamp. And the coffee, the designer paper, a little latte paper, is as cute as can be. So that's just stamped on there. Oh, and then I used the stamp for the inside and the coffee beans. So that's this stamp right here. I think I've used all the stamps except for the coffee beans and the spoon on this card or the previous card. Did it all. Masks. And I didn't do the coffee beans just because the designer paper already has 2 sheets of them already done. We'll use some of those today. Okay, so you ready? So it's going to be going up and down, even though I really like this layout. Well, maybe I could try, because French press, oh, that's another thing. French press with vellum, French press with window sheet, coffee craft, how it's pouring. I bet you I could do, okay, let's try doing one this direction with the coffee pouring into 1 cup. Okay, probably should have more of a plan, but I don't. But sometimes that's fun. So this project all originated from last week's lavender card. Isn't that beautiful? So same size everything as this card. This, oh, silicone sheet, which has so many good uses. Are you thinking, wait a minute, how did you get that cup going the other direction? I'll show you here in just a minute. Okay, paper cut sizes. There's quite a few of them. As I pull them out and we attach them, I'll tell you what each of them are. And then afterwards, I will put on my blog, which is JilliBling.com, I will have all these typed out for you. And at the end, after we go through and we have the card almost assembled, I'll hold up a card and this close up so you could do a screenshot. Little gems. These are called swirl dots, and they're part of the product suite. Can you see the little swirls on them? Yeah, fun, fun, fun. Oh no, did I put them on all of them? This one has 2 of them right here. This one, because the cup is in petal pink, I use the petal pink ones right there. And I know there's swirls on this designer paper, and I know they're crumb cake, but to me they look like they have a hint of petal pink. This one, I think I just didn't use any. Okay, so this paper is 2 1/8 by 2 1/8, and this is for the coffee cup. Let's do that. Coffee cup. Stampin' off to the side. Coffee cup. And you know, since I'm thinking about it, let's do this reverse coffee cup, because there's this one, but I'll show you how to do that. The mirror image. So you need a silicone sheet. If you don't have that, you could use a window sheet. Doesn't work quite as good. Or you could use, like if you have a big bold stamp, you could use that. And we're going to do kind of the kissing technique. Here's another little paper. Okay, so to get one to go the reverse image, I'm going to ink it, and it comes out almost good enough, but you might need to do some touch-ups. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, getting plenty of ink on there, stamping it, and then quickly okay, you ready? It's reversing it. There it is. Look at that. And it is so cute. I think we did like a year ago, we did these little animals, and there was these tigers, and there's a cute tiger. He had like a big old ruffly mane, and then did a reverse one, and it was like they were looking at each other. It is as cute as can be. But you could reverse any image. So you could see that this one is awesome, great. This one is just a little bit light, and after you have it colored, I found this pen, Micron 02, Archival Ink by Pigma, or Sakura. Micropigment ink for waterproof and fade-proof lines. So it's probably not meant for the blends, but if you have it all colored in, and then you go back with this pen and just confirm wherever the line is a bit light, but look how fine it is. It's really nice. I have a few of them, but this one, 02, I don't know where the 04 is. But then I got this one too, thinking, oh, get another one. But it's PN, and I probably should know what that means, but it's not as fine as this one. Get the 02 if you have a choice. And use this after you color it all in, because I don't know if it is good for blends. Okay, so we'll do this one today. Magic, it's done. Oh, and rinse this off. Just because if you don't, and you go to do another one, not speaking from experience or anything, haha, you'll get a faint image on there. Okay, we're good. Okay, so let's see what else can we get into? We could just attach all these. I probably should use my Stampin' Seal a little bit quicker, but I like the way glue sticks. Get these layered. So this one I'm using the Starry Sky. Isn't that cute? The previous project used 2 sheets, and you get 29 full cups, not just the ones that are half cut off, full cups of images. That's a lot of cards for one sheet of paper. Oh, I was going to tell you these sizes. I'll tell you after I get this one layered. Oh, and this paper right here, which is for the back, I could have it go all the way down to the bottom, but that means I would only get 6 per sheet or something really small. But this right here is hidden, like way down in here, this piece way down under there, and you really don't notice that it's a bit short. So when you cut yours out, yeah, it's not the best, but you don't see much of it. Okay, so let's go through these papers. And I'll show you where they go on the card. So this one here goes down here at the bottom, and that one is 3 7/8 by 1 1/2 is the Starry Sky. The designer paper is 3 3/4 by 1 3/4. Okay, this piece, which is for right here, this one right here, that one is, and I'm calling that back. The Starry Sky is 3 7/8 by 3 1/4, and the designer paper is 3 3/4 by 3. And this piece, I should get the one that matches, goes right here on the tent, because when you look at this from the side, it's like a tent sticking up. The tent solid Starry Sky is 4 3/4 by 2 1/2. The designer paper is 4 5/8 by 2 3/8. Okay, so we have all our designer papers. For the back of the card, the white is 3 7/8 by 3 1/4. Since we're kind of on a roll, these are the papers for cutting using deckled rectangles for the focal point. That is for this right here. That is, the espresso is 3 1/2 by 2 1/8. The white is 3 by 1 3/4. And I have window sheet, just a scrap of it, that's 2 1/8 wide, and I had an 8 1/2 inch scrap. So I'll use this for quite a few projects. Then we have 2 pieces left. The card base, which we will score here in just a minute, this larger one, is 10 1/2 by 4 1/8. The tent piece, which is this one, the more narrow, the top one, is 10 1/2 by 2 3/4. Whew, we got through it. And I'll type it all out too. Or you could go to the butterfly project because it's already typed out. I'll probably just cut and paste that. Well, no, it has different colors. Okay, so let's do the scoring. To do the scoring for the base, we're going to score at 3 1/2. Score 3 1/2, 7, and 8 3/4. Okay. For the tent, just one score at 5 1/2. We are done. Okay, so this piece, the tent, I'll fold it over. And yes, one little bit is smaller than the other. This is for the front. And I'll help you with assembling it. Not that it's hard, but I just have a few tricks. Okay, so back and forth and back and forth. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's do a little bit of layering. And it's good to layer this first, and then we'll assemble it. So this goes on the smaller flap side. Starry Sky, I love this color. I wish I would have given it more attention earlier in the year, because come early May, it's going to be gone. Okay, that's all we do there. So now on this piece, this little flap here at the bottom, we'll get some coffee splatters. So another thing is, where do you want your tent to go? Now you're like, what? So when I show you the samples again, I have one tent on the right side, one on the left, one kind of in the middle. So, in other words, it's no wrong. Wherever you put it, that's where it goes. Okay, so we have that, this piece, 2 panels on it, and now this one is going to get attached. So, okay, I'm going to try to do that sideways thing like this one with the coffee pot pouring. You know, let me get the coffee pot thing. This is for the back. This window sheet is for the coffee craft. And I tried using vellum versus clear acetate. Clear acetate is just as clear as can be. This makes it look like it's kind of foggy. Like you got too much calcium deposits on there. You need to wash it. So I guess that's not my favorite. I'm going to do window sheet. But it's fun to try, a little different. I think in the end, when you look at the whole project, the vellum, it does look good. But I think that this, as kind of being a little bit realistic, the window sheet looks best. And it's so hard to attach all these, but we'll go through that in a minute. So I'm going to cut out pieces for my coffee craft and the focal point using all these dies. Should I show you the dies? I'll show you and then I'll dump them all back in. Just so you know, this bundle is awesome. Coffee craft done in vellum or window sheet. That's the frame for the coffee press. This is vellum or window sheet. The cup. There is coffee for right down in here, and that will be done in espresso. This is craft handle. That will be done in metallic. Metallic, window sheet or vellum. That's coffee that fits in there. And here's coffee top. And since we're on a roll, here's coffee cup. I'm going to need these for right here. And this little piece, this little disc, puts the dark into your coffee cup. So it looks like it's solid, dark, rich, lovely coffee. You kind of see it in here. Okay, so we have the coffee cup. Okay, things are going to get done here. But I think it's good to see all the little pieces. Pieces, pieces, pieces. And more pieces. Okay, let's see, where were we? Well, let's start assembling this. Oh, I was trying to decide where to put. So if it's going off to the side, and I'll have, I think down at the bottom, and I'll put the coffee craft right about here, and then maybe 1 cup this time. That is really cute though, huh? Okay, just 1 cup, pouring. And do you notice the pour thing? I think that's intended to be steam, but today it's pour. Pouring out the coffee. So with that said, I will put this down a little bit low. So to do that, put adhesive all over on the tent inside, and I'm laying it in here just so I know how much glue to put on. Because if I was just sitting here gluing it, which I normally would, Okay, that's not enough, but how far do I go? But this will be helpful. And I'm a little bit shy from the edge, but that's okay. That will definitely hold it in place. So now I'll put it right onto here. Because it's glue, I could scooch it around, but I want to make sure that you could see all the layers. If I took time to do the layers, I want to see the layers. Okay, that's looking good. Now, before it dries too much, I'm going to make sure that it's flat. These two are equal, which they are. Okay, so the next step is glue on this piece right here. And again, I'm not sure how big to go, so I'll do it there, and then just like right here, just to get it attached. And see how it's all closed? Because now I know it will fit in the envelope. Glue stick, yes! There's my little craft. Okay, so this is going to go on here. Oh, and another thing is, because there's like a lump, when you're writing on here, you probably won't be writing way over there, but writing here over this lump, it's a challenge. So I'm going to do my best to have decorations over here, because you wouldn't write over decorations, right? But we'll do that in a minute. Okay, so let's color the cup. Color cup. So the cup, do you notice all these colors? Yes, this one is bright, but somehow I just love it. Parakeet Party. This is Tony and I in the morning. Drinking coffee. We don't ever do cheers in the morning. I am sleeping. But we don't have matching cups either. But definitely need the coffee. Definitely love coffee morning time. This one is after he goes to work and I'm here drinking coffee all by myself. This one is kind of girly, I think. So today I want to do one in kind of, this is Starry Sky, but I'm going to use Orchid Opulence, which looks like it's purple, but it's really a little bit more of a blue. Okay, so, and crumb cake. Okay, so I have my little story while I'm coloring. I'm going to start with dark. Maybe I'll do the whole thing on light. I'll do the whole thing on light. So my story is one time we were, oh, this marker is on its last leg. I think it was a storm, like a snowstorm, and the power went out. Or maybe just the coffee pot went out. I'm going to try to do 2 layers. I might have to get another marker. This one is a little tired. I'll try the other side. Anyhow, so we weren't able to push the button on the coffee, Mr. Coffee Drip, to get coffee. And like I said, I'm one of those people, I need coffee in the morning. I know it's like an addiction, and nothing terrible happens other than I just don't wake up. So I said, well, Evan, who had just moved out, he always liked to be fancy, and he had, where's that one? See this kind of manly silver black color? He has a French press like that. I'm like, let's just figure out how to do this, his coffee maker. So Tony pulled it out from way in the cabinet, way in the back. And he's like, okay, what do I do? I'm like, I don't know. Let's Google it. Or as Maureen would say, Maureen is so funny. She's like, this drives the young people crazy. But what you say to them is, let's ask the Google. Anyhow, so I asked the Google, how do I make this thing work? And luckily, at the kitchen sink, we have one of those hot water taps, which if you don't have one and you've ever thought, maybe I should get one, even if you don't drink tea all the time, if you drink tea, you probably already have one because it's very convenient. But even if you're going to be boiling something like noodles or vegetables, it's really nice to start out with super hot water. Anyhow, so you had to have water that was super hot, and there's like a little plunger thing. So at 6 in the morning, we were standing in the kitchen trying to figure out how to do the French press thing. And it worked out okay. Would I do it every day? No. Would I do it in a pinch? I certainly would. I might have to Google it again. But yeah, I'm good with that. So when I saw this set and it had the French press, it's like, yeah, we know about that. Okay, so that is everything in Orchid Light. Now I'm going to do Orchid Dark and just kind of put the shadows around the outside edges. These colors are so similar that you could do light or dark first. I don't know that it matters. Well, you could kind of see the difference in the colors right there. I might have to take the light back over it. Okay, that is really different. I'll try to make it a little bit smoother. So that's my stories for today. That's all I got. Okay. See, isn't it funny how this color, I always want to say Orchid Opulence. That's an old days color. Orchid Oasis, how well it goes. It's like it's just a hint lighter, maybe, than Starry Sky. Starry Sky might have been too dark for this. So I'm going to use Crumb Cake. And Crumb Cake is going to be for the coffee cup insides part of it, because I have that little disc thing. And you know, I would have never thought of this until I looked at the designer paper with all those cups on it, and they had a ring of espresso color, dark, around the outside edge. And I'm like, you need to stir that coffee or something. But I'm going to put that disc on here. But it leaves a little white space. So this is the inside color. Crumb Cake is the inside color of my coffee cup. And I could show you where that came from. Because of that. It's kind of vanilla on the outside, and that's more gray granite. But so my cup won't have moisture. That's my holder. I love that cup. Okay, so now let's do that little disc thing. Okay, so you're like, okay, well, sure. But watch when you put this thing in. It makes all the difference. Look at that. All fancy. Okay, coffee cup done. So that's going to go here, and that's the back. And this is going to be pouring. Oh, I should do one of those on this thing. I like this one. You're the best part of my day. This one's on me. Oh, I'm going to do it sideways, right? I almost forgot. Oh, that's going to be cute. This will go up here. Let's build the coffee. Let's build the coffee. Oh, and you know, on this French press, I was hoping I had some that were done. There's like a little slit in here, which just acts as an accent for details on the French press. But the window sheet perfectly slides through that slot and through this slot. And I'm not sure about the top, but it made me think, should the window sheet be like through the center of it? Every time I did it, it was like, I don't know. So I didn't. But just so you know, I wonder about this one. because this one has a slit right here, right there, and it has, is that a slit or just, yeah, that's a slit too. See right here? I mean, am I supposed to be doing something with this? I think that's too wide. If this was a little bit narrower, I think it would slide through there, but it's the same exact width. Okay, so I'll put some glue on here. And you know, when I went into the kitchen, just like a few minutes ago, I was looking at our coffee maker, the Craft, and the lid is attached way to the back. So maybe this is just a different brand. I don't know. And if you can, when you put this on here, make sure you got it right, and then stick it and just let it dry. Because the glue looks bad when it smears, like it did right there. Okay, just dry. Just dry clear. Okay, so that's gonna dry. So now the question is, putting the coffee, it's gonna go right into here. So when I was doing this one, I was like, well, I have to attach it somehow. So I put just a band of glue here at the bottom, thinking that's like the coffee beans. Because do you ever make it so rich that you have fiber in your coffee? That was the goal. But I don't like how it looks. But I don't know what else to do. Unless this was all flopping. I know, I'll just put glue all over the whole thing. Is that crazy? It's going to have fiber all over. Let's see how this turns out. I'm guessing. I don't know. Okay, it's going to have glue everywhere. Lots of glue. I don't have another one made. Okay. I don't know. I had to get more glue. This might be a flop. I need more glue. Don't dry. Wait, don't dry. Maybe if I put a lot on, I could smish it and it will get into all the little crevices. So when you were in kindergarten, first of all, did you have paste or did you have Elmer's glue? Okay, and then did you put it on your hand and let it dry? Okay, or were you one of those that would eat paste? Just saying, I didn't eat paste. Well, somehow I know the taste, so maybe I did. Okay, this is a one-time shot. Okay, that's where it's gonna, okay, I'll scooch it just a little. Oh, that might have been a flop. If it's a flop, when it comes time to take the pictures, I'm gonna somehow redo it. Somehow. If it dries perfectly clear, we're gonna find out soon enough. I don't know, it's a mystery. This is like waiting for your COVID test, waiting for the 15 minutes. Let's just wait. Okay, so don't stick to the table. I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to march on like it's all good. So this is going to go here. These pieces are going to go here. I want to do one of those cute little coffee swirl things right here and stamp over the top of it. This one here, you're the best part of my day. Yeah, that's cute. But on this one, it has the, okay, how about a different, the other one, the one with the heart and a coffee pour. Okay, that's gonna go right here in the middle. And this one was done in crumb cake, so how about if we do it in pecan pie? Pecan pie, and it's going to be a stamp off. Here it is. Stamp off. And I'm not sure where, so it's going to go right in the middle. Okay. That's looking good. And then espresso for the pour or the steam. Probably should have a clearer picture. So this, I'll put it on with one, at this point, one mini dimensional right about here. Okay. And then, hold on. Then this, with just a little adhesive, right on here, that I could take off. And that's going to go right about here. Then how is that? Oh, is this good or not? I don't know. Still don't know. Well, if it isn't, I'm just going to pull it off. So on the coffee pot here at home, this thing is like way back on here. Well, I don't like that. Wonder if it could tuck into the handle. It can, but that doesn't look so good. Okay, so there it will be. I think the clouds are coming over. It suddenly got dark. Okay, and it's going to be up just a little bit, like it's opening, because you know how it's kind of on a hinge, and when you pour it, it kind of goes open a little bit. And that's the pouring point. Well, I was going to push it down into here, but then the handle would be way up high. Okay, so this is going to go, oh, that's going to be cute. But I think the pouring direction, because that's going to have to be like, the wind is blowing to get it into this cup. Can't be side by side. See, that's kind of boring, I'm thinking. Oh, I got glue on it. I guess it's going to go there. Well, let's see. See if it was, that's blowing in the wind. Well, should I do this other cup? And this one's, oh, that's looking kind of cute, huh? Okay, so there we go. You never know which direction. And there's no die for this, but that's okay because the die, sometimes it cuts a little bit uneven and I end up trimming it anyhow. So I'm fine doing just a little cut. Then I have to get in that coffee handle. Then I have to color it and kind of clean it up with that marker. That fine point black marker. Okay, so I could poke it and cut it, but instead, I'm going to do this. Because I'm fancy like that. There it is. Okay, little coloring. That can make the pot start to look better. You know, at our local Dutch Brothers, they have protein coffee. I haven't tried it. I don't even know that I'm interested in that. Orchid Oasis Light everywhere. At least 2 layers. Oh, I didn't do another disc thing. There's this little ones for the little cups. Well, I have to make another one. Two layers of color, at least. So, what other stories? I don't think I have other stories. Tony's fence, you know how he put it up? 2 days after he had it all completed, we had an ice storm. And it took down a lot of trees, and it in many, many places messed up the fence. Anyhow, he's got it all fixed, and the deer have not been in once. So they're out on the other side of it, and the darling dog, I'm not going to say his name, he's laying on the couch, under his blanket, on his pillow, and all of a sudden his head perks up, and he's got like the wrinkled forehead, and he is ready to go and make friends. And then he bounds up off the couch, and he goes over to the door like, let me out. But now that they're all on the other side, he just goes running out there, and they go bounding off, them in their nice little white tail butt things. Yeah, it's a good thing. Tony got 2 new trees. I think he's like, well, what should I get? Because we lost a nectarine and I think a peach, but they had, like, they were brand new and they got that curl on them. And this past year, we even had a arborist out, and they pruned them, and they told them all these different things you should do. Okay, but anyhow, they still got that curl, and they never thrived. Anyhow, so now he's like, well, what should I get to replace them? I'm like, why don't you get cherries? There's all kinds of cherries. He's like, cherries? That's not, I said, that is a fruit. And he's like, oh, well. So then he came home a few hours later, because it seems like he has to go out every day. What's he doing out there? I don't know. He just does boy stuff. He does all the grocery shopping. But he came home with, guess what? 2 cherry trees. One of them is kind of a pink, red, yellow. And then the other one is like the solid dark. It's not Bing, but it looks like it could be. So we're going to be having some cherries. That'll be fun. But that's one of the 2 reasons he wanted the fence up higher was because the deer really appreciated his gardening efforts. He didn't appreciate it. Okay. We're going to have 2 cups. I colored out the lines a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to do crumb. Oop, wrong side. But with blends, one color can replace another, which is very convenient. Okay, I'm going to have to cut out that little disc thing. A little bit on the inside, a little bit of blending. Oh, and here at the bottom. Okay, so that's the previous project. Pieces and pieces. There it is for the big cup. Espresso paper. Oh, and whenever you're die cutting, if you're using strips of paper, which is great way to use up scraps, but just put enough for the die to go through your machine. Otherwise, if this piece, if it was on a big piece at the end of it, say that it went through the machine 20 times, yeah, it gets a little ugly looking. And I conveniently have some washi tape. Okay. And there it is. Okay, so that's cute. Okay, so let's see how this, oh, how's that cup? Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe after it dries. That is like some chunky coffee. Maybe this is hot cocoa. This is a pot of hot cocoa. I don't know if that's going to remain. Oh, that one has one dimensional on it. That's a good idea. One dimensional. So I like the hearts. And these are straight up. The other ones were kind of clinking. So that could go there. Then this can go like that. It's a little bit naked over here. So scooch it over a bit. This one needs more trimming. This could be right in the middle. This is looking good. Okay, so this one is going to get the pour. This one has too much white. Especially compared to the other. Did I clean that up with, I didn't clean that up with the pen. Because the color is so dark. Maybe a little. This card is looking really blue and brown. I guess boys drink coffee too. Oh yeah, up here it's a little ugly. It's really nice when you're stamping words or letters, and if one area just doesn't stamp real well, it's kind of nice. I don't want to redo the whole thing. And if ever you stamp outside the line, you could use this to kind of stretch the line art just a little bit. That's all good. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. Well, okay, one more spot. Oh, really outside the line. Okay, just leave it. Less is more. Okay, so how is this going? Cute, cute, cute. Then this is going to go here. Yeah, I don't know about that. Kind of like the hot chocolate theory though. So I'm going to put the pour right here. Do I want words on it? The pour is in espresso. This one's on me. How about that? Well, let's see how much room there is. Okay, so this thing, it's heavy here and less there. So I'm going to have the heavy coming right from the cup. Oh, well. Okay, that's where it's going to go. Hopefully I didn't smear. Okay. Okay, that's working out good. Some tiny words. I don't know, I don't want them right over the heart. Those really delicate words. Oh, love it. We still have the back to do. I don't know what's going to be on the back. How do I get a mirror image of this one? Do you have a sand eraser? Sand eraser from Tombow takes off the first layer of whatever you're sanding. And sometimes it helps, sometimes not so much. But that helped a little bit. But then it also makes the paper kind of rough. I don't know. Or maybe from right here, because I did that. Okay, this is going to go here. So this can get stuck down, like right here, 2 rows. Oh, hold on, because I want the coffee coming from the pot. Okay, that's where it's going to go. Because I could adjust the cups. All these little things. It shouldn't be that hard. This card, I'm making this harder than it needs to be. Okay, so the cups are gonna, they're good. They get to go down permanently. So this one goes here. Dimensional. Temporary hold dimensional. And convenient that I have that little strip of dimensional that could hold my cut handle together. Okay. And this one is getting the pour of coffee. This one is, okay, I'm going to pretend like I'm purposely planning it off a little bit lower. Okay. Then that goes there. Well, what do you think? Should I use it or redo it? Well, I don't know how to stick it otherwise. How to attach it? Okay, I'm going with it. Probably shouldn't put very many dimensionals on it in case you all say, no, that looks bad. It's my hot cocoa pour. See, now I want a little white showing but it can't be too high. Woo. Good. Good there. Okay, that's where it has to go. Okay, well that is cute. This one is looking a little masculine because of the dark tones to it. Okay, so for the back, I'm just going to go this direction. Let's see what the other backs look like. Oh, that's cute. More coloring. Ah. That one's good. It might be this one. Oh, that one's cute too. Okay, this is it. Okay, so this one is on me. Do I need words on the back? Hello there, let's catch up. Let's do that. I'll put that in. Memento. Oh, that's nice. Okay, and then I think it's all pecan pie. Pecan pie. So it'll be coffee rings, splatters. Coffee rings? Nope, that's a cup. It's not like I have that many things out here. Oh, here it is, up here. Okay, coffee rings, full strength, second, third. Coffee rings everywhere. We have coasters for our coffee, so we don't get coffee rings. Okay, now splatter. I was going to do it in espresso, but the coffee beans are in espresso, and I think it would conflict. I want the coffee beans to stand out. Okay, and then a few stamp off. Put it everywhere. Yeah. Okay, that's good. It's going to get too busy. Okay, you ready to see some gold? So how about however much I have right here? Oh, that's too much. A grouping, two groupings. Okay, two groupings, one solid. Little piece of tape. Okay, right there. It's just a whole lot to look at here on the back. How about this one right here? Oh, we had to put some of those little swirl gems on there. Well, we'll see. Because sometimes it's so busy on there that gems don't do you any favors. Okay, right here. Okay. Still not sure what to think about my hot chocolate craft. It looks really dark. That looks good. Okay, so gems. I think it needs gems because this is a little heavy in color. How about the vanilla ones? Vanilla. You can see it better there than here. Okay, I'm going to put 2 of them on. It is cute though. Okay, so that is it for today's project. I think I stuck something down. It's because there's a dimensional right here. So if ever you have a dimensional, it's right underneath here. That's in the way. Take your, you could kind of pull your card apart, or take your embossing buddy and make all the sticky go away. There it is. Okay. That's it. So let me know your comments on the craft of hot chocolate. If you want to come over, we could put Bailey's in it. Okay. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day.